Hello everyone, and welcome again to the latest edition of the Week in 7 Questions. My name is Sandra Pasarić, and I am Project Assistant at the Martin Center. And a special welcome to our guest, Zoran Ilievski, Professor of Political Science at the Saint Cyril and Methodist University in Skopje and head of the SEE Office of the Global Council for Tolerance and Peace. Zoran, the EU Western Balkan Summit took place this week in Brdo, Slovenia. How do you see mutual cooperation in the region developing?
Mutual cooperation in the region is growing, although at a pace which is unsatisfactory for its population, even at the level of the economy. After CEFTA entered into force, intra-regional trade increased by almost 40%. However, the average GDP of the region is a quarter of the EU average, and in a baseline scenario, our region would need 60 to 80 years to reach that average of today. So these are called facts that we need to factor in.
In your opinion, what are the main priorities and the main challenges for the Western Balkan countries on their road to the EU integration?
The main priorities are investments in strategic sectors of the economy that need to come from the EU and its member states. This will give impetus to the two other main challenges, which are resolving the open regional issues and improving the rule of law within each of the countries. And this can be done only by a credible EU enlargement perspective.
Speaking of challenges, do you think that the slow progress of European integration of the Western Balkan has influenced regional security?
I would say that it has not been detrimental to security per se, as the status quo can be best described as stabilitocracy, but it has negatively influenced the pace of reforms, leaving the region fragile, stagnating, with serious internal difficulties and with an opening of the gates to other players. So security is here. Now is the time for a strong push towards prosperity.
What do you think has been the impact of recent developments in Afghanistan, the AUKUS security partnership, and the evolution of the EU's relations with China on the EU's enlargement policy?
These developments portrayed all the weaknesses of EU decision-making and the dramatic consequences that this has on the geopolitical performance of the bloc. Of course, the European Commission lately twice mentioned the Western Balkans as a geopolitical imperative. However, as things stand now, it is doubtful that those lessons will be put to good use to make a paradigm shift in the enlargement policy, because the division on enlargement within the blocs of EU member states seems to be very deep and paralyzing for the process.
The EU is the Western Balkans' main economic and trade partner. What opportunities do you see to further develop their trade relations?
There is an urgent need of balancing due to the dramatic deficit in trade and the chronic people drain from the region to the EU. There is a need of investments in critical infrastructure and socially strategic sectors. Let us always remind ourselves that the entire region has only 18 million people and a collective GDP equal to that of Slovakia. In the next period, Croatia alone will receive 5 times more funding from the EU than the entire Western Balkans. So compare those figures and take into account the fact that this region is in the middle of Europe, surrounded by EU member states. So it should be manageable.
And what is the link between the Economic Investment Plan, EIP, and the enlargement reports?
I see the Economic Investment Plan as a continuation and an upgrade of the line of policies needed to fund the region, which naturally are based on conditionality and reversibility of the process, as the new methodology, of course, envisions. However, without a clear commitment to the EU membership of all the Western Balkan 6 countries, its effects will be limited.
Finally, Zoran, what are your hopes for the future?
Well, hopes are by definition different than realities. So whether they are mere fantasies or plans that will come true, it depends on both sides, the region and how events develop within the EU. The people of the region, of course, hope to live a normal, basic European life with all the social, economic, and democratic freedoms and possibilities in a clean and ecologically sustainable surrounding.
That was all for today. Thank you, Zoran. Thank you to our viewers, and stay tuned for more Week in 7 Questions.